Tekken 7 hits arcades in Japan this week, so publisher Namco Bandai has released the game's opening cinematic, which shows series regulars Heihachi and Kazuya beating each other senseless inside an active volcano. It's a family tradition, I think. While this whole sequence is super cool and badass, we're not expecting this tone to last for the entire game. After all, anything involving Heihachi is probably going to descend into utter madness, as we can see by examining the Tekken archive of Heihachi being weird. I'm not the best person to give business advice, as anyone who ate at my concept restaurant, Eat Nachos While Being Chased by Wolves, will tell you. But even I think it's a bad idea to leave a bear in charge of your giant corporation while you're away taking part in a fighting tournament. Not Heihachi though, that's exactly what he's done in Kuma's Tekken 5 ending. The trouble is, Kuma has gotten to like being in charge and so sends Heihachi falling through the trapdoor that all business executives are required to keep opposite their desk. Lucky for Heihachi, the only other button on Kuma's desk opens a trapdoor on the other side. It's a wonder anyone gets any work done at the Mishima Zaibatsu, to be honest. Ling Xiaoyu's dream is to build a theme park, so when she wins the King of Iron Fist tournament, Heihachi promises to build her one. Except, psych, he actually builds his own amusement park called Heihachi Land, where you can ride a roller coaster with Heihachi's face on it, or go on a carousel where all the carriages are Heihachi, or admire the giant gold statue of Heihachi. That's a lot of money and effort to troll a 16-year-old girl, Heihachi, who is now beating you senseless, so time well spent. Look, Heihachi isn't getting any younger. He's in his 70s by the time Tekken Tag Tournament 2 rolls around. So he develops a rejuvenation serum that will return him to his youth and the peak of his physical strength. But that's not enough for Heihachi, who develops another serum that will give him back the body he once had. Well, I hope that body was the body of a bear, because that's what he gets. Yeah, blame the scientist. Heihachi, definitely her fault. If you're up on your Tekken lore, you'll know that Li Chaolan is Heihachi's adopted son, which makes it all the weirder that in his Tekken 5 ending he lounges around a swimming pool while being brought drinks by his adoptive dad, who he is dressed like a male stripper. This harrowing psychosexual nightmare concludes with the revelation that Heihachi's bow tie is rigged to explode if he doesn't bring Lee drinks fast enough. Freud would have a field day.
Excellent.
All families have their disagreements, but they're usually resolved simply with a punch-up at a wedding or decades of silence. Heihachi prefers the hands-on approach, as evidenced by his Tekken 5 ending, where he chains his father, son, and grandson to a rocket and fires them into space. Still, at least he dressed up for the occasion. Nice jacket. It's not clear what's with Heihachi's obsession with space murder, but here he is again at the end of Tekken 6 trying to jettison his son and grandson from a space station into the deadly indifferent vacuum of space. Zero G makes everything fiddly though, doesn't it? And Kazuya manages to bump Heihachi the astronaut out the airlock as well, so they can all drift off together like that bit in Gravity. I hope you bought plenty of air. Oh. Turns out Heihachi's adopted son Li Chaolan has a modest space program of his own. And surprise, he shares his foster father's passion for launching troublesome family members into the vacuum. Alright, the rockets are less Saturn V and more 3 for $5, but we love the bizarre ingenuity of his ignition system. Hang on, surely that wasn't a successful launch. They only made it about a few hundred meters up before exploding like fireworks. Oh.
Excellent.
Here's hoping Tekken 7 has plenty more Heihachi weirdness like that. What's your Heihachi highlight? Let us know in the comments, and like and subscribe for more videos like this from outside Xbox. I'll stop it, you two.
What do they do? The machine guns I'm about to?
They're an international conglomerate, Jane.
Of what? What do they make? What do they manufacture?
All sorts like defense.
Sure.
Right?
Like robots,
Okay.
robot armies,
Like umbrella then?
helicopters.
Okay.
They've got helicopters.
Bit of everything.
Yeah.
Okay.